So when you're creating your own media, and you got a small niche, as you rightly said, that's the harvesting that you're doing with your first party data and insights that you're building. How do you really fuse this with the digital world out there, which is the larger digital properties, because that's really where majority of the travel happen. And
Yep.
therefore, how do you really eke out prospects
Yep.
into your media and your channel, if I were to call it, and so therefore, how do you really balance both? Is there any thoughts on how brands should do it? And I'm not saying it should be only AirAsia, but how should brands do it? Because at one end, brands really want to engage with their customers directly. At the
Yep.
other end, most of the customers are owned by these big tech companies,
Yep.
right? So therefore, you have to keep on balancing this, which is really what I see as challenges for marketers.
Yeah. That's why we have our audience solution as well, actually. Again, over here, we don't look at selling data to anybody
Mm,
because
mm,
that's privacy compliance that we follow on our end. But we leverage it more for our merchants and partners, the endemic partners that we have, so that we can drive the low funnel conversions for them. And over here, the approach is to take not only just the on-site inventory, but also be able to target the audiences outside of our ecosystem. So, for example, today, if somebody has come and started searching for a trip to Phuket, right? So I know that person is looking for the trip to Phuket. As a flight partner, airline partner, I can target that person offsite as well because I have the first party data of that audience.
mm.
And that's feasible through the ad tech solution that we have on our side, right?
Brilliant,
And that
brilliant.
can be done through not only direct buys, but we can also enable programmatic buys on the ecosystem. Same thing can be replicated for hotels. So if the booking is already completed, but I know that this person has not done the stays booking with us, we can
Mm.
actually retarget the audience and target them wherever they are to get them to consider hotels in Phuket in that case.
Brilliant. So you pretty much are building your own ad tech solution, but you are having the plugins with the big tech, pipes, and therefore you're able to provide a holistic view of how you can
Absolutely.
look at the journey, whether the audience is a prospect or a customer. You can actually look at it
Absolutely.
holistically, is how you are approaching, and that's a very very big change in the way media has to be thought through. And therefore you are really saying that the future of media is about how you interestingly collaborate with multiple technology platforms, and how you really integrate them. That seems to be something that at least I'm picking up that as a very interesting perspective as far as how media will emerge in the future. Would that be a good statement to make?
Absolutely. So I think along with that, it's also about providing the seamless customer experience because ultimately at heart of all this is the customer. If you're
Mm.
not able to give them the right experience, the right value, it's a very disjointed experience. So that's the core of all of this actually.
Fantastic, fantastic.